You are listening to Hands at Work audio.
Meanwhile in Africa.
Meanwhile in Africa.
In Africa.
In Africa.
In Africa.
Meanwhile in Africa.
Meanwhile in Africa.
Last year, we saw an amazing miracle in Goma, in the northeastern part of the Congo, when a little boy, Chikuru, was only about 7 years old, burned his leg severely as their hut burned down and he couldn't walk anymore. And Eric and I one night, just out of desperately, prayed for Chikuru and trusted God. Well, many of you know the story. Friends, we slept in that village that night at the care point, and the next morning at 6 o'clock, guess who came walking into the care point? I saw it with my own eyes. In fact, Eric said to me, look. I turned around. Here this boy walked in. I've got a photo of him on my phone. I look at Chikuru at least 4 or 5 times every day. I don't just pray for him, I thank God for him. Because not just Chikuru got healed through a miracle, but many people got greatly encouraged. You know, God works through different ways, different miracles. Sometimes we literally see a miracle when we pray, like Chikuru. But in the midst of the tough times, God empower ordinary people. Ordinary people. He inspire them and they become a light. They become a flash. They become a spark. And through them, a miracle happened. In the last week, I've seen so many miracles in Africa happening through exactly that way. Young ladies like Audrey in Mozambique and Jane in Honda Valley and Kolani in Oshuk. Communities that said there's no ways we can feed children in this crisis are now feeding children. Authorities that said to us everything must stop now invite us and say, please care for the children. It was just because a young man called Kilani was brave enough to go and to stand on behalf of the children. So we know that God does miracles that none of us had anything to do with, and sometimes He uses us. And I've seen it in North America. I've seen amazing miracles happening as I watched people stepping up and taking the lead. We know that through perseverance in the tough times, we build character. And character brings hope. If we have to be honest with ourselves, this is a good time for us to build character. We've built so many technology and many other things in the last few decades. This is a good time to build character through persevering and to allow God's miracles to flow through you and me.
www.handsatwork.org